Big day for crypto, and it was across CNBC, Bloomberg, mainstream media was locked on crypto. And the star of the day was XRP. CNBC, this is a direct quote, hottest coin of 2026 is XRP. It ain't Bitcoin, it ain't Ethereum. And they pointed out when the market cooled and you saw ETF inflows stop and even turn to outflows, that didn't happen with XRP. XRP saw significant capital flowing in. Let's listen to this. Man, this ain't nothing like we've seen before, and it's just the start.
Hottest crypto trade of the year is not Bitcoin, it is not Ether, it is XRP, the coin formerly known as Ripple, soaring more than 20% this year, becoming the third largest cryptocurrency out there, and there's big money behind this trade. Mackenzie Sagalos joins us now with that XRP trade and what, Mac, is driving all of this interest in XRP.
Well, what's actually been interesting is that during the doldrums of Q4, you actually saw a lot of people piling into those XRP ETFs, which is the exact opposite of what happens with the spot Bitcoin and Ether ETFs, where people really move in tandem with the price of the coin. But it was the fact that it is a way to have a higher percentage jump. So people were buying the dip with XRP in Q4, thinking this is a less crowded trade than Bitcoin or Ether. And then that proved out to be true just in the first 6 trading days of January.
We've also talked a lot about the blockchains and the ecosystems that are being built around many of these systems. We know kind of what they are with regard to Bitcoin. We certainly these days know what it is around Ethereum and Ether. What exactly is the big use case or driver? What's the practicality for XRP?
Well, with XRP and Solana, those are the two very popular altcoins right now.
And this was kind of irritating because this is about how XRP is the hottest crypto asset of the year. And when asked what's the specific use case here, it's fine to throw Solana in there, but talk about XRP and what makes it so great. And Mackenzie Sagalos here does not do that. She pivots to just talking about Solana for the most part. It's okay. Look, at least XRP was front and center here, but I found that a little bit irritating.
Where you're seeing a lot more interest. And with Solana, a lot of these different forms of tokenization. So we talk about tokenized dollars all the time in the context of stable coins. But now we're seeing a lot of people move into tokenizing money market funds. And Solana has become a blockchain use case for that. And XRP made its name in terms of cross-border payments. But what's been fascinating is even just this morning, Morgan Stanley, which has been especially progressive in terms of having their financial advisors suggest that clients get into the spot Bitcoin ETFs. They were the first bank to do that. They're now just this morning filing an S1 to launch their own Bitcoin and Solana ETFs because there is an appetite there.
So in the world where Bitcoin has become a bit mainstream, I'm not going to say the boomer, that's not my line, that's from somebody else. Is it possible that XRP and Solana are simply taking their place as kind of the next cool thing to know about? Or do they have a legitimately different and more relevant use case?
Well, in the context of just looking to make an investment that has bigger gains, you're not going to get that from Bitcoin just because it's already so established. You're not seeing the same kind of percentage moves. But what's fascinating with Solana especially is just that it...
Okay, enough of this, lady. All those things are happening on XRP as well. Tokenized dollars, aka stable coins. We have RLUSD. That's a big one. But also Circle is minting on the chain and a whole swath of them, really. And also treasuries. And XRP is the #1 fastest growing RWA chain there is out there. Again, Solana's doing a lot of exciting stuff, and you should point that out. But I thought she kind of blew past XRP a bit there. It is what it is. I like the other host that's like, yeah, Bitcoin's kind of a boomer coin. And she ain't wrong there. Let's take a look at this here. Ripple president Monica Long. Now, while CNBC is saying XRP is the hottest coin of the year, Bloomberg had Monica Long on there. She was talking about, Ripple's banking charter, the synergy there with that, how they're going to be able to continue to, on the private market, get capital investment to grow this company and not need, and that's a big deal, not need to go public. But when the time is right, my opinion, I think they will. It's just a matter of time there. Let those businesses mature a bit, make sure we get some more regulations passed, and they will be primed. And I think if you prove that a company should trade at a premium of its crypto assets, like we see with the digital asset treasuries of XRP, if that happens and that proves to be true, you're not going to be able to hold XRP back. They are going public some point or the other. RippleX pointing out that, again, what I said, XRP is now one of the top 10 chains for RWA activity with issuers such as Ondo in Open Eden, etc. Now, just a year ago, there wasn't any activity. This wasn't a thing. This wasn't a deal. And now it is. We are growing with rapid pace here. And because this is a chain that was originally built for exactly this use case, the hottest use case in all of cryptocurrencies right here. I thought this was also important, put out by RippleX. We now have wrapped XRP, which extends the XRP token utility to EVM sidechain, other ecosystems such as Ethereum, Solana, Optimism, and Hyper EVM. Again, that token's being put into motion to be used in all sorts of DeFi, and it goes back the other way as well, right? We're going to pull those assets on the XRP ledger over time, and you know my opinion, the XRP ledger will be a trading hub for fiat currencies, real-world assets, and crypto tokens as we go forward. That really showing an exciting feature that's coming to the ledger. He says native issued token escrow is coming up for voting currently. Now, it allows escrow of tokens like RLUSD, meme coins, or any issued asset on the XRP ledger. No more, trust me, bro. So anyone can do an escrow, but the only asset you can escrow currently is XRP. So if some project tells you we ain't gonna sell our token, or we're going to do something, we're going to lock up some stable coins, it's just a trust me, bro, right now. But in the future, they can put, just like Ripple does, some coins in an escrow, and then everyone knows what the release will be, and that tokens can't be sold faster than that. And I think that's going to be a popular use case as we see more building on the XRP ledger. In these projects, they want to project trustworthiness to the public. Well, code is law. If that code says they don't get coins for a certain amount of time, they ain't getting those coins. It's going to be a big game changer here. Also on CNBC, they were saying regulatory clarity has changed the game. And the main points they were talking about, capital markets officially moving on chain, both the assets and the transactions. That's huge. We've seen JP Morgan reverse course, turn pro crypto. I told you for a long time, they're one of the biggest builders in crypto, have been for a long time. Yeah, Jamie Dimon may get up there and say anti things about Bitcoin or Ethereum or whatever, but the company, they've been building out their infrastructure for a long time. They've been in the thick of it since the early days. Price action, Bitcoin is building a massive new base. The technicals are locked and loaded. And for a crypto, it sure looks like the next leg up is coming. Now, we saw crypto markets cool off a little bit early in the day. We had people worried in the traditional financial sector, specifically tech and AI. There's a little bit of disruption there. Nothing big. You saw a little bit of a pullback, but it seems like we're ramping up again here. I don't know if he's right, but it's good to see there's other lunatics other than me that feel we're on the precipice of something big. That's what it feels like to me. We are locked and loaded, ready to go. Time will tell, though. Gold is skyrocketing, surpassing $4,500. Now, we see this poster said not to kill everyone's joy, but there's another government shutdown looming at the end of this month. That was one of the things that really stung us last year. We weren't able to get a deal done, and we had the longest shutdown in U.S. government history. Hopefully we don't repeat. Hopefully we don't have any shutdown. If we do, hopefully it's really quick. If we do that again, it's going to throw, something in the spokes here. We are not going to go on a big bull run, I don't feel, during a government shutdown. So hopefully that doesn't happen. We have a couple landmines to try to get by. Another one is here. The U.S. Supreme Court is set this Friday. It's possible ruling day on the president's global tariffs. Is it legal? Is it not? Will they have to refund that money possibly? We'll have to see how it plays out. Again, we know the president can tariff individual countries. Can they tariff the whole world? We're going to find out soon, hopefully, and hopefully it's a good result, because otherwise that could cause some problems. The DOJ may have violated an executive order. U.S. prosecutors reportedly sold 6.3 million in forfeited Bitcoin despite Executive Order 14233, which bans the sale of government-held Bitcoin under the Strategic Bitcoin Reserve. And this is the thing. How come when it's the government, when it's the DOJ or the SEC, they can just go, sorry, bro, made a mistake? If you or I, if we break a government or a presidential executive order, man, we're going to be in all sorts of trouble. This is ridiculous. $6.3 million. It's not the end of the world. It's not a ton of Bitcoin, but still, again, you have that executive order. Don't sell any crypto. They better do something there, because that's unacceptable. Lastly, big announcement by Weezy Wind. We're happy very soon. Flare Networks and XRPL Labs joining forces here. No need to create another wallet. Earn yield safely. Fully custody your own funds, XRP on Flare, without having to leave the Salmon wallet. Here's the deal. I'm going to use Bifrost. Bifrost is my favorite wallet there is. But I'll tell you this. There's so many people that are loaded up in Salmon Wallet. We want this interoperability. It's going to onboard a lot of people to Flare. This is big for both ecosystems. Great to see there. Use whichever wallet you like. I'll be using Bifrost for these types of things. But go ahead, use your Salmon wallet. You could use either. Both are great wallets, epic wallets, and that's good to see. Make sure you sign up and become a member of the ZOW DAO, the first DAO in XRP ledger history. You can use your Bifrost wallet, like me, or you can use your Salmon wallet. Either one is fine. Link down below and in the pinned description. It's $10 payable in XRP, the equivalent of XRP, for a lifetime membership. Participate in the future of this blockchain, and also share in the profits of the DAO as we go forward. Link down below and in the pinned comment. Let me know what you think down below. As always, please like, please subscribe. The revolution will be televised right here on Jungle Link.